Hi, I'm student videographer Paula Humby here with Andrew Hess, who's an education student and a professional cook around Edmonton, and today he's going to show us how to make the Tuck Shop cinnamon buns. So what's the first step?
So the first step is to take our yeast and get it working with some sugar and some warm water. So we've got a half a cup of warm water. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of white sugar and 2 packages of Fleishmann's instant yeast. So we're going to mix them together and mix them around and give them about 5 minutes to kind of get the yeast working, and then we'll move on to our next step. So the next step in making our Tuck Shop cinnamon buns is to make sort of a sticky dough that we're going to mix with this yeast mixture in just a minute. So we've got 3 tablespoons of melted butter. We're putting it into 2 cups of hot water, along with 2 teaspoons of salt and 3 tablespoons of white sugar. There's 2 cups of flour. We're going to add that, and then using a spatula, just to keep your hands from getting really sticky, we're going to mix this together and beat it until it's just smooth. Now we're going to fold in the yeast mixture, which is starting to go crazy. Add them together, along with 3 whole eggs and 3 1/4 cups flour. It's a good idea to keep a little bit of flour out so that you can always adjust the stickiness of the dough afterwards. So we've got our dough here that we've been mixing for about 5 minutes, and it's quite soft and sticky, which is okay with this recipe because the Tuck Shop cinnamon buns are supposed to be that way. So now what we're going to do is set this aside in a warm spot on top of an oven while it's running is a good spot, or maybe on top of a refrigerator, but you just want the dough to double in size. So we've waited and our dough has doubled in size. It's firmed up a little bit, but it's still a pretty sticky dough for cinnamon buns. So now what we're going to do is turn it onto a floured surface. Just scoop it all out onto your table. And then we're going to cut it into pieces about the size of a tennis ball. We're going to finish our cinnamon buns, put them on a tray, kind of close together so that when they rise they're all going to be stuck together, and just like your typical cinnamon buns. So we're going to take these, the tennis ball sized pieces that we made, dip them in the melted butter, then dip them in our cinnamon sugar, and roll them around a bit, then stretch them into long pieces and tie a knot out of them. In case anyone's wondering, they should look rather rustic, just like these. Okay, so we've let our cinnamon buns proof again after we've tied them into knots. And now they've expanded and they're kind of squished together on the pan. So we're going to throw them in the oven. We've got the oven set to 350 degrees, or if using a convection oven, 325 degrees. And we're going to bake them until they're golden on the outside, and it's going to be about 25 minutes. So these are the Tuck Shop cinnamon buns once they're out of the oven. They're golden brown or slightly past golden brown, and if you peek between them, they're completely cooked. So now we are going to tear them apart and enjoy them, and Paul is going to do all the dishes.